going broke. And here's why. This is a video of the current CEO of Roc Nation talking about how they might be having to file for bankruptcy.
It's like why she mixes things, she figures things out. So we had our own little products that she's been doing for years. We all know she has all this colored hair that she wears wigs a lot to protect her hair. But, she wanted to keep her hair out.
I grew up in a hair salon. My mom owned a hair salon. I grew up with every type of Black woman, from lawyers to doctors, to teachers, to the everyday Black woman, to the side chick.
A powerhouse family built on music, money, and unbreakable bonds, suddenly cracking under the weight of secrets and suspicions. What if the man at the center of it all, the one who's always played the role of untouchable mogul, is quietly scrambling to hold on to his throne by eyeing his wife's latest empire? And what if her sister and mom are the ones drawing the line, ready to fight tooth and nail? It's the kind of drama that keeps you up at night, wondering how deep the rifts really go. Stick around, because this story unravels in ways you won't see coming. Let's dive right in. Picture Beyoncé, the queen who's conquered stages, charts, and now her own business world. She's launched this new venture called Sacred, something that's all hers, rooted in the kind of personal history that feels like a warm embrace from the past. Growing up in Houston, she and her sister spent endless hours in their mom's salon, surrounded by strong women sharing stories, laughs, and life lessons. That place wasn't just about hair, it was a hub of creativity, confidence, and community. Doctors, teachers, everyday heroes, they all gathered there, shaping who these sisters would become. Now, Beyoncé's channeling that energy into Sacred, focusing on keeping hair healthy through color and care, without the harsh chemicals that so many have turned away from. It's not just products, it's a nod to legacy, to protecting what matters most. Her mom's right there as vice chairwoman, making sure it stays true to those roots. They've been experimenting with their own mixes for years, testing ways to seal in moisture and avoid damage from heat. Beyoncé even shares her routine sometimes, blow drying on medium, using old school tools to press without overdoing it. It's real, it's raw, and it's family. But here's where the tension creeps in. Whispers are swirling that Jay-Z, her husband, and the ultimate business shark, is trying to edge his way into this sacred space, not as a supporter, but maybe to take a piece for himself. And Solange, she's not having it. She's furious, seeing this as an invasion of something that's purely their family's domain. It's like watching a storm brew, slow at first, but building to something explosive. You can almost feel the air thicken with that protective sister energy. If you were in her shoes, standing guard over a project born from childhood memories, would you let anyone muscle in, even family? It's the kind of question that hits home, right? Now, why would Jay even be circling this? Peel back a layer and it starts to make a twisted kind of sense. His own world, that glittering empire he's built brick by brick, might not be as solid as it seems. Think about it. This guy's gone from hustling on the streets to stacking wins in music, fashion, sports, and beyond. He started with a record label born out of sheer grit, knocking on doors that slammed shut, so he built his own. Sold CDs from the trunk, created buzz that labels couldn't ignore. That flipped the script, leading to bigger plays like his management company, which handles artists, publishing, even sports stars. He snagged deals in champagne and cognac, turning luxury into his playground. Ventured into tech with a streaming service aimed at putting power back in artists' hands. Even dipped into investments, funding ride shares and high-end wellness brands. On the surface, it's billionaire vibes all day. Flashy partnerships, no expense spared events, the works. But wait, because the cracks are showing and they're hard to ignore. Some of those early successes, they fizzled out. That clothing line that once ruled the streets got sold off, and the hype vanished almost overnight. The liquor deals, tangled in courtroom battles over who owns what. Investments that sounded unbeatable aren't delivering the same punch anymore. And then there's this massive loan that's got everyone talking. Jay and Beyoncé own this stunning estate in Bel Air, a symbol of their success. But recently, they took out a second mortgage on it, a whopping $58 million, bumping the total debt over $110 million. Why? His team spins it as a smart move to free up cash for fresh opportunities. Sounds logical, but come on. When you're supposedly sitting on billions, why borrow instead of just paying? It's got people scratching their heads, fueling talk that maybe the funds aren't flowing like they used to. If things are tightening up, could Sacred be his next lifeline? A way to keep that mogul image intact? It's a wild thought, but it lingers, doesn't it? What do you think? Desperate move or just business as usual? Drop your take in the comments. I bet it'll spark some fire. And that's not all. Layer on another shadow. Jay's old connections to a certain music mogul who's now drowning in scandal. They weren't just pals, they were partners in crime. Well, in the business sense. Shared deals and spirits, through legendary bashes where the elite rubbed shoulders. Pictures from those billionaire gatherings show them toasting to unity, promising to stand strong together. But fast forward, and that allies' world is imploding. Lawsuits stacking up, raids hitting properties, accusations flying from all sides. It's the messiest chapter in hip-hop history. And Jay? He's gone radio silent. No comments, no defenses, nothing. Even when others in the industry chime in with jabs or opinions, he's a ghost. That quiet? It's deafening. Makes you wonder if he's distancing himself to shield his own rep, his brand, his fortune, especially now with his money moves under the microscope. Timing's everything, and this feels off. Could those past ties be dragging him down, making his ventures stall? Fans are connecting dots, saying, yeah, it adds up. He's dodging the fallout, juggling debts and maybe eyeing Sacred as a safe harbor. But if that's the play, Solange and their mom aren't letting it happen without a fight. Speaking of their mom, Tina, she's no stranger to dropping hints that cut deep. She's got this subtle way of shading, like liking posts online that stir the pot, only to claim a hack and backtrack. But people notice. Or in interviews, she'll laugh off mishaps on social media, mentioning how Jay advises her on spelling when she's clapping back, but she does her own thing anyway. It's playful on the surface, but there's an edge. And in her book, she opens up about Beyoncé's early romance days, hinting at complications, other suitors in the mix, making it clear Jay wasn't the obvious choice from the jump. Now, with Sacred in play, those little jabs feel amplified. She's vice chair, after all, guarding this tribute to their salon days. If Jay's sniffing around, you can bet she's ready to throw more than shade. It's like she's saying, without saying it, this is ours. Remember, this family friction isn't fresh. Flash back to that infamous night years ago, post a glamorous gala, Solange and Jay in an elevator, tensions boiling over into a full-blown confrontation. Beyoncé there, composed as ever, while her sister unleashes. The footage leaked, and boom, the world dissected every frame. They smoothed it over publicly, but that moment exposed the undercurrents. Solange has always been the fierce protector, unafraid to call out what she sees as wrong. So now, with Sacred on the line, it's like history repeating. Only instead of fists, it's words, warnings, maybe even ultimatums. She's livid, allegedly vowing to expose whatever needs exposing to keep him out. This isn't just about boardrooms. It's blood, loyalty, legacy. If you were caught in the middle, like Beyoncé seems to be, how would you navigate it? Husband on one side, pushing his empire-building instincts, sister and mom on the other, fierce about independence. She's staying quiet, projecting that perfect poise, but that silence, it screams volumes. Is she torn, plotting her own moves, or waiting for the dust to settle? As the story builds, you can't help but feel the suspense mounting. What if this blows up bigger than that elevator saga? Fans are buzzing online, piecing together clues, debating if Jay's empire is truly crumbling or if it's all smoke. The mortgage, the silence on scandals, the shaky ventures. It paints a picture of a man adapting, maybe grasping. But Sacred? That's Beyoncé's domain, a celebration of healthy hair, family hustle, and breaking free from old norms. She's chosen color over chemicals, moisture over damage, and now perhaps autonomy over shared control. If Jay crosses that line, it could shatter more than business ties. Pride's on the line, independence too. And Solange, with her unfiltered fire, might just be the spark that ignites it all. But hold up, there's a tiny detail here that most people gloss over. Amid all the luxury flexes and billion-dollar brags from Jay's past, remember how his first big break came from refusal? Door shut, so he forced his own open. That resilience built everything. Yet now, facing potential slips, is he reverting to that survival mode, even if it means stepping on family toes? It's a pattern interrupt that flips the narrative. You think you're watching a downfall, but maybe it's just evolution, or desperation. Either way, it keeps you hooked. Zoom out for a second. This isn't your average celeb gossip. It's a mystery wrapped in emotion, fear of loss, curiosity about truths, sadness over fractured bonds, wonder at how far they've come. If this happened in your circle, would you side with the protector or the builder? Be honest in the comments. I want to see where you land. And if you're feeling that rush, that need to know more, hit like as proof you're in this with me. Most bail on long stories, but you're built different. As we near the end, the real twist hits. This isn't resolved. Whispers persist, tensions simmer, and Sacred stands as a beacon of what's at stake. Jay's quiet maneuvers, Solange's rage, Tina's sly digs, they're all pieces in a puzzle that's still missing edges. Could this lead to a full family showdown, or will they patch it up like before? The uncertainty is what makes it addictive. Stay till the very last word, or you'll miss why this matters beyond the headlines. In the end, it's about more than money or fame. It's legacy versus control, family versus empire. Beyoncé's built something sacred, pun intended, and protecting it might mean drawing lines that can't be uncrossed. If Jay pushes, what breaks? That's the emotional punch, wondering if love survives the ambition. And here's the craziest part. Similar shadows have loomed before in this world, but this one feels personal, unsolved. Maybe in the next dive, we'll uncover if those cracks heal or widen. What side are you on? Comment below, subscribe for the next twist. You know, the one only real mystery hunters can handle. See you there.